Hello everyone and welcome to the DynamicAI SageMaker demo. Today we will learn how to use DynamicAI system via Amazon SageMaker interface. So let's open Jupyter, open DynamicAI demo notebook, and we are ready to start. First of all, we have to create Amazon SageMaker endpoint and deploy DynamicAI model to it. To do that, we will use deploy model function, which takes two parameters: model ARN, which you should obtain from Amazon Marketplace, and instance type, Amazon instance type to deploy our model to. Take a look at this piece of code. Here we have model ARN. Please note that this particular string will not work for you. You have to replace it with your own ARN obtained from Amazon Marketplace. Next, we are importing DynamicAI module as Deny. And finally, we are calling deploy module function with above mentioned model ARN and instance type ML, M5 for X large. I have selected this instance type because it has enough memory and CPU power to host our system. Let's run this all. And now we have to wait for a few minutes until operation is completed. So, operation completed successfully, and endpoint was created. Let's check it. Let's return to Amazon SageMaker. Endpoints. Yes, here it is. New endpoint with in-service status. Also, we have one more way to check if DynamicAI system is up and running. Is ready function. Let's run it. Yes, our system is up and running and is responding to requests. Next, let's add few test messages to our system using addMessage function. addMessage function takes a piece of text as an argument and returns a unique ID that can be used later as a reference. Let's see how it works. Okay, and few more test messages. Okay. To quickly check all the messages that were added to the system, use listMessage function. It will give you back a dictionary with both IDs and text of added messages. Please note that message text are stored only on the client side and will be erased if you restart the kernel. So all your sensitive personal information is safe. Now let's talk about categories. To mark a message as a member of particular category, use setCategory function. This function takes two arguments. First, message ID, and second, arbitrary category name. Let's set a category to our first test message. Okay, and repeat the same with rest of the test messages. Okay. Now, using addMessage and setCategory functions, we created a very simple dataset. Only one category with 4 messages. But DynamicAI system can work even with such a small dataset. Now I will show you a simple classification example. Let's use DynamicAI to predict a category for a new message previously unknown to the system. Hey, here I am, a new test message. To do that, we will use a combination of addMessage and predictCategory functions. Let's run it. Okay. So, based on the dataset, DynamicAI system decided that this message belongs to test category, which is correct result. Also, system gives us estimated accuracy of this prediction. 66.7%, which is decent accuracy for such a small dataset. Another example, a new message that doesn't fit in the test category. Here I am, a completely different message. Run the cell. And the answer is category none, which means that this message doesn't belong to any known category. Correct result, again. Next, I will show you a more complex example with rent-a-car corpus. What is rent-a-car corpus small? Rent-a-car corpus small is plain text file, which contains messages, one per line, together with corresponding categories. Category message, category message, category message, and so on. Only 3 categories are here, and less than 100 messages. We also have full rent-a-car corpus, with 7 categories and more messages. You can use it, or you can use any other corpus you like. Just change file name here, and that's all. But today I will use small corpus, just because it will take less time to add messages from it to the system. This piece of code reads the file, and then add messages, labeled with corresponding categories, to the system. Let's run it. Now we have to wait approximately 1 hour until operation is completed. So it's finally done. Now let's play with DynamicAI classification. We have 3 categories in our dataset: accident, everything about road accidents; cancel, which contains cancellation requests and also questions about company's cancellation policy; and invoice is a category with invoice-related questions and requests. Let's try to add some messages and see which categories we'll get back from predict category function. First message is about lost invoice. Dear rent-a-car company, I have lost my invoice, and so on. Run it. And the answer is category invoice, which is correct. Next message is cancellation request. My plans have changed, so can you cancel my reservation, please? Run it. And the answer is category cancel, which is correct again. And the last message I intentionally made unrelated to our 3 categories. Hello, can you please sell me a cow? Now run the cell. And the result is category none, just as expected. Try it yourself, write some messages and check results.